Hi, it's Kim from Winter and Sparrow. I'm back today to talk about more weight loss surgery tips and tricks. Thanks so much to all of you who watched my last video, 5 things you need to know after gastric sleeve surgery. I appreciate all the comments and messages and emails that y'all sent, truly, so thank you. Today I'd like to talk about something that everyone is curious about. What it feels like to wake up in the hospital after you've had weight loss surgery. In my case, gastric sleeve surgery. A lot of people have asked me about it, so I'm going to talk briefly about it. So, of course, on surgery day, when you go to the hospital, you're very nervous. You're wondering, did I make the right decision? Oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I here? All the nerves. Thankfully, there's drugs to calm you and knock you out. All goes well, which it will. You'll wake up in your room or in a recovery room. For me, I woke up in my room. First thing I did when I opened my eyes, of course, was thank the good Lord that I opened my eyes. That's me. That's the way I am. Second thing I did was, oh my God, where the heck is this pain coming from? Oh wait, I just had surgery. But oh my God, where is this pain coming from? So when you have gastric sleeve surgery, you get about 3 or 4 incisions in your stomach. You get one up high, one in the middle, one down low, and then there's one here. Well, I was having, all I can say is, it was a tremendous burning pain. It felt like my insides were on fire. Literally, I don't know how else to describe it. And I told the nurses, and of course I'm still groggy from the anesthesia, and they're like, oh, that's where the doctor cut you. Well, this pain wasn't external pain. This was more internal pain. So I'm like, okay. So I need pain meds because the pain was out of control. The pain was so bad that I felt nauseous and I had tears in my eyes. Now, I have a high tolerance for pain. I have MS and fibromyalgia, so pain is nothing new to me. But this pain inside literally felt, like I said, like someone lit my guts on fire. Now, I don't want this to scare you because once again everybody's different, and because I have an autoimmune disease, my body reacts differently whenever I have any type of procedure. Now if I'm gonna have, let's say, simple skin removal surgery, let's say a mole or something, my body's gonna overreact. That's just the way it is. So in this case, my body may have been overreacting to the fact that someone just ripped out 3/4 of my stomach. But anyway, they gave me pain meds and knocked me right out, put me to sleep. Now, in the hospital I was in, they don't give you pain pump, you know, the one they put it in your hand and they say when you need it, press on it. Well, this hospital doesn't believe in that because they think that it will cause you basically to just lie there and be immobile and hit that button on that pain pump. So all of the pain meds were controlled by the nurses, which was fine. So the pain meds put me to sleep. I'd wake up after they'd wear off, or they'd wake me up to give me medication or check my vitals, and the fire feeling would come back. And I think I might have told 2 or 3 different nurses, listen, this is not pain coming from my incisions. Matter of fact, I don't feel any pain coming from my incisions, and that's the God honest truth. I don't know if my surgeon was just skilled or what. Granted, he's rated top in the state, but I didn't have any pain in the incision areas. I had pain inside. So this really great nurse, who I'll never forget, came in and talked to me about the pain, and I said to her, I said, it feels like fire, and I showed her where it was, and it was here, all the way up here, and she said, well, you know what? That's where your stomach is. Well, you know, most of us, when we have an upset stomach or whatever, we grab down here, oh, my stomach hurts. Well, and this is especially true after surgery. Your stomach's actually all the way up here. So the pain I was feeling inside was my stomach. So she said it could be that the incisions in your stomach are what's causing all the pain. I'm like, okay, great. What can we do about it? So they gave me more pain meds. And of course, it knocked me back out and put me to sleep. Well, because there's a risk of blood clots after surgery, they don't want you to just lay in bed. So that evening, they had me get out of bed and try to at least just stand up, which I did. Now, at this point, I still had the IV in my arm. They were still giving me IV fluids. Also, about maybe 6 hours after surgery, they bring in a cup of water and they want you to take slow sips. So my mouth is dry. It feels like I've had cotton balls packed in there. So I take a small sip of the water and my guts are once again on fire. So what they do is they bring me an acid reducer, a different one than what I was on. Now, keep in mind that more than likely before surgery, your doctor is going to prescribe an acid reducer. My doctor prescribed Protonics. What they gave me in the hospital was omeprazole. Now, let me just say, if they would have given me omeprazole to begin with, I wouldn't have had those issues. Omeprazole is the bomb. Forget about Protonics. Anyway, so the pain continues. I had a bad night. They give me pain meds. I'd go back to sleep. The next day, the doctor comes in and talks to me, and he thinks that it's probably where they cut in my stomach that's causing me the pain, and probably acids. And he said, did you have any acid reflux before surgery? And no. You know, that's common when you're overweight, is to have acid issues. Well, I didn't have acid issues, like, ever. I think maybe once in my life, and that was maybe, I don't know, in my early 20s. So to have acid issues, man, that ish hurts. I feel for you that deal with it regularly. So it's now the next day after surgery, and they want you to keep sipping on water, but now they also want you to try drinking some shake. The rule is, before you leave the hospital, you have to be able to keep water down, and you have to drink at least 3 ounces of a protein shake. My camera died, you guys, right when I was getting ready to talk about what was going on the second day. So here we go. So I'm on the second day. As the evening starts to wear in, as with most pain, the pain starts to kick in again. So I'm getting frustrated because I see people who had surgery the same day as me getting discharged, and I'm like, oh, why am I still here? But anyway, the evening wears on and the pain kicks in, and they give me more pain meds. And it was a pretty restless night, but the pain meds took away the pain, which is a good thing. On the third day, they bring me a shake for breakfast, and I could maybe drink 1 sip of it. I had no appetite, and I think combined with the pain, it was just throwing everything off. I took 1 sip. The little teeny tiny 3-ounce vial sat there. I just couldn't do any more. So I wasn't going home on the third day. So they wanted me to walk more that day. And in addition, they're going to remove my IV. Now, keep in mind, this whole time the IV is giving me fluids, which means I'm being hydrated. Now it's up to me to stay hydrated with my brand new little teeny tiny raw and hurting egg-shaped stomach. So they take the IV out, which means meds are now going to be going in orally, and I have to make sure I stay hydrated, and I have to try to get that 3 ounces of shake down. So the third day, it was like something kicked in. I don't know if my body just was like, okay, we've adjusted, we're fine. But the third day, I started to feel more normal. That pain that was inside my stomach decreased a lot. I was able to walk more. Granted, because I have MS, I am considered a fall risk, so I had to have a nurse walk with me, but I was able to walk up and down the hall a few times with assistance. This made me feel better because at some point I felt a little down because why is everybody else able to drink their 3 ounces of shake? They're out there walking around feeling fine and they're going home and I'm not. But the thing is, and that I had to remind myself, is I cannot compare my journey with another person's. I can't compare my journey with yours. You can't compare your journey with someone else's because we're all different. Our bodies are all different. So I had to remind myself of that. So the third day, even though I wasn't able to take much more of a sip of protein shake, it still amounted to about an ounce. So by the fourth day, I was feeling pretty restless being in the hospital. We all know how much fun hospitals are. If you want to get some sleep, it's not at the hospital. So I was determined to get that 3 ounces of shake down. And on that fourth morning, I was finally able to do it. Now, it took me a good 3 hours to maybe get 3 ounces of protein shake down. It sounds like a long time, but keep in mind, you really have no appetite whatsoever. Your stomach feels weird. Anytime you drink, it just feels weird. And you can't gulp like you're used to. You have to sip. So I sipped, and thankfully 3 ounces, yes. So on that fourth day, I was finally discharged. Now it gets real when you get home and you realize pretty much it's all up to you. You have to get that at least 60 plus ounces of water in a day, and you have to get in your 60 grams of protein if that's what your doctor recommended. It's now up to you. Granted, you're still going to be on liquids, but this is where I guess it gets real. Now, one thing I want to mention is when you get out of the hospital, of course you're exhausted, is you want to sleep, and that's fine, sleep, but make a point to get up and walk around your house, your apartment, condo, wherever you live. If you need some assistance, have somebody help you. Hold on to the wall if you need to, but you need to move around because there is an increased risk of blood clots after surgery. And I've known some people who've suffered from blood clots, and they are no fun and they're painful and they can cause a lot of damage. So you want to make sure you get that exercise in. You want to get the blood moving. Also, because they've inflated your abdomen with air when they do the surgery, some people have gas remaining in their abdomen. I didn't have that problem, but if you do, walking is a good way to help your body expel that gas. And if you're having a hard time like I did when you're in the hospital, I want you to remember that it's only temporary. Of course, when you're there in the pain or you're uncomfortable, you're questioning every choice you ever made. But know that that's just a temporary step to get to that weight loss goal. When I look back, that fiery pain I felt, yeah, it sucked, but it got me to where I am today. And today I'm 95 pounds lighter and I'm wearing a size 4 or 6, depending on the make. And no, it's not all about sizes, but I mean, I didn't have weight loss surgery just for the heck of it. I had it to lose weight. So know that wherever you're comfortable at, whether you're comfortable at a size 10, size 8, whatever, just visualize that whatever you're going through, it's a step towards that end goal. And I'm so glad that I had this surgery. I mean, yeah, there are times when I want to pig out on Haagen-Dazs or cheesecake or all the sweets because I'm a stress eater and I know that, but I've had to find ways to work around that. So don't let, if you're considering gastric sleeve surgery or weight loss surgery, don't let my tale of pain make you change your mind. Don't let it deter you in any way, because we're all going to experience some pain after surgery. That's the name of the game. It's just my body, that's the way it is. But feel the pain, I guess, and do it anyway. I really wouldn't change a thing. If I had to go through it again, I would. I just feel so much better with all of the weight off. And if you have any other existing medical conditions like I have, you'll start to see as you lose weight how much your other conditions kind of, I guess, calm down because of the weight. I'm able to do things I wasn't able to do before. I do have more energy. Granted, fatigue is the number one issue I suffer with regards to my MS, so I'm not like, yay, energetic person, let's go run a marathon. No, not happening. But I'm not carrying around all that extra weight, so I do feel better. So if you're thinking about it, if you're curious, just know from my perspective, honestly, it is totally worth it. And I wish you all the best success on your weight loss journey, because this is the best thing I could have done for myself. And now I get to hear people complain that I'm too skinny. Hey, I'll take it. But it's all about where I'm comfortable, right? So good luck to you all, and I hope you found this helpful.